Hi guys, we're jumping right in the process video. I have these two photos of my daughter meeting Rapunzel, and I wanted to use the City of Lights Studio Calico kit from April, and so I'm just kind of trying to figure out what colors I'm going to pick up. Um, I really like how the gray really picks up on some of the purples, and so I ended up going with that. Rapunzel has a lot of purpley colors in her dress. And then I picked out that Hambly screen print in the pink wood grain pattern. I picked that up on sale at 2P's one time when I was buying a bunch of other stuff. I just stuck it in my shopping cart because it was on sale. And then those striped papers are from Dear Lizzie, I think. Yes, Dear Lizzie Enchanted Collection. And then those bubbly pink, the pink paper with bubbles on it is American Crafts from their Hello Sunshine collection. I also grabbed a couple of things there from Basic Gray's Olivia collection. It has lots of grays and pinks and kind of purpley colors in it, so I thought they looked okay together, and I don't think I ended up using them, but I pulled them out just in case. Now I'm going to trim off the border on that one. I didn't have one printed without the border for that. I got my photos printed in two batches, and one of them ended up with borders by accident. So just cutting them off, which will make one picture smaller than the other, but that's okay. Just trying to do up some layers here. This is my latest thing. I used to, when I was doing layers, I would just grab a bunch of book papers and put them underneath, but lately I have all these paper bags hanging around my craft room because of the Studio Calico kits I get. They always come, each kit comes in a bag, and then some other stuff comes in a bag too. So I've got lots of them hanging around, and they're perfect for layering because they're thin, and so they don't add a lot of bulk, but they do add some interest, especially if you wrinkle them up or use two of them, especially where the two kind of layers of the bag meet. Now I'm just going to outline these papers using my American Crafts Precision pen, and just kind of crinkling things up and distressing the edges. And sorry, I'm off screen here. I'm not matting this photo. What I want to do is I want to make it less flimsy. So I'm backing it onto so I'm just cutting to size there, two pieces of black cardstock. And I chose black just in case it kind of shows through, and because I wasn't sure if I could get it lined up exactly perfectly, but I wanted it to be sturdy enough that I could pop dot that one up off the rest of the layout and not have to worry about it being too flimsy. And also it'll hold its shape a little bit more. You'll notice I turned up the edges a little bit on it. And so now I'm going to use my very favorite scalloped border punch to create a couple of borders, and I just punched one long strip, and then I'll just tear it into pieces and stick it in a couple of different places. And then I'm just cutting some foam tape there. I bought it by accident. I thought I was buying squares, but I bought the long strips, so I'm trying to use that up every once in a while when I think of it. And so there's my kind of basic layout right there, and then the rest of it is all kind of fiddling. And so I like to turn up the edges of my scalloped borders, and I cut those doilies out with my Cameo. I just cut out a whole bunch of them all at once because I figured in my next several layouts I'll probably use some doilies, so I just cut up a bunch. And then I just cut out some of that paper. I can't remember what paper that is, but it's from the Studio Calico kit. And that's where the Olivia paper came in. I did the little flags on the side with it. So I just chose 3 different patterns from the same collection and cut them into different widths of strips, and then I use my square punch to cut the little flag shape. And sorry, I'm out of focus here. This is my scrap room sweater you're seeing. I keep that one in my scrap room. It might look like I always wear the same outfit. It's just that that's my sweater. um, so yeah, then I'm just figuring out the placement of those guys, and I'm gonna turn up the little fish tails of those banners. And finally placing down everything, and just running some tape under where that Hambly screen print is and tucking everything under, and now I'm going to do some spraying. So first I'm going to spray those doilies because they were kind of stark for the layout. So I just sprayed them with some Cameo, and then that was a little too peachy looking, so I added a bit of pink glimmer mist. I can't remember the color. I should have written it down. Yeah. Now I'm just choosing some colors for, I wanted to check and make sure that that one wasn't too dark, and I think it ended up that it was, so I switched from the plum to the, I think I used Cameo. And now this is warm calico that I'm now spraying or splatting. So I did white, warm calico, and Cameo, I think. And just fussing a little bit. I go back and forth. I never know where I want to put something. I wanted that one to just stick out a tiny bit. And I was looking for some good words to put on there, but I couldn't find anything that really fit. So the nice thing about using the paper bags is that it does give you an extra layer that you can stick things under and between. And so there's my dress form that I store all of my shorter ribbon strips on. If it's longer, I put it on rings. I have ribbon rings as well. And so there's some Stampin' Up! Pom-pom trim, and those butterflies are from a Scarlet Lime kit from two years ago or so. And I don't know where that crocheted ribbon is from. It might be Stampin' Up! It looks like Stampin' Up! So now I'm just trying to figure out a home for the butterflies, and I decided to put them along the bottom horizontal. And I just used a tiny bit of glossy accents on that because I find when you put glossy accents on ribbon, it's easy for it to kind of ooze out the edges and make it look really messy. So I really just kind of stained it with just so that you could barely see it. Now these butterflies are some really cool neon butterflies I picked up at my dollar store, and I just really think they're cool, so I had to use them. There were so many pinks on this, I felt like I had to use a neon butterfly. And again, this font in Thickers, it's jewelry box, and it's oh yeah, I was just I was checking the spelling there. I had it right the first time and it looked wrong, so I switched it, and then I just grabbed the video. It happened to be in the kids' playroom, which is right adjacent to my scrap room. I'm not sure if you guys can hear the kids upstairs playing, but they're okay. They're just playing puppy. It sounds like they're screaming. So yes, now because this title hangs over the edge, I needed to use pop dots because of the layering. So I stuck the tail of that R on with just adhesive, and then I had to use pop dots for the rest of the R and part of the A, I believe, if I remember correctly. But yeah, those thickers were just not sticking very well, so I had to use some Tombow there to help me with that. So now I'm finally going to place it all down and adhere all the layers to one another. And there's my daughter there. She was helping me for a few minutes. And now I couldn't decide where I was going to put the word meeting. I knew I wanted it to be called Meeting Rapunzel, not just Rapunzel. And I wanted to use those violet thickers because I don't use many of those kinds of colors. So whenever I have a chance, I gotta kind of use them up because I've got 2 sheets of those. So, so yeah, I ended up going with putting it right on the photo. And I'm not sure what I'm doing here. Oh, I'm experimenting with the idea of outlining Rapunzel, but I decided not to. I knew that wouldn't be a great idea because of the glitter. You can't outline very easily. Now these letter stickers have a different kind of glitter. It's like there's a glossy finish over top of it. So as long as you use a marker that you can use for slick surfaces, like a Slick Writer, or I use the Stettler Lumocolor pens, you can outline the sassafras letter stickers, the glitter ones. But yeah, the thickers have like more of a chunky glitter that's not coated, and so the outlining was not gonna look very good on that, so I decided to leave them plain. And I wanted to outline the word meeting just because it's a little bit of tone on tone, like where it meets her dress. I didn't want the letters to really disappear and blend in. And so now I just grabbed my little mini sewing machine, which is awesome. I had to rethread it there. I should have pressed stop and not included this, but, or I guess I could have cut it out after the fact, but here it is. I didn't. And now you get to see how quick and easy it is to rethread. I had run out of both thread and bobbin, and plus I wanted to change to a darker color, so that's how quick it is to thread my little tiny machine. It's really easy and light. I keep it under my desk on a little box. I keep a Jetmax cube under my desk, and I keep the sewing machine right on top of it. So I'm just trimming off some of the things and deciding where I'm going to put that butterfly. And there's my daughter. She was scrapbooking too, so she brought over that cat that was left over from one of my other layouts, and she wanted me to put it on this layout, and I said, oh no, I don't think so. um, so what am I doing here? Oh yes, I'm doing my journaling, so I'm just going to read the journaling to you. It says, Sophie waited an hour and 20 minutes to see Rapunzel. When we told her how long the wait would be, we thought for sure she'd not want to wait, but she patiently and quietly waited with Daddy while Livy and Mummy went on other rides. Afterwards, Sophie colored a picture of Rapunzel and Flynn. When asked if meeting Rapunzel was worth the wait, Sophie says, yes. Um, and so I really wanted to capture the story behind this picture because she was so patient and we were so impressed that she was willing to wait so long and not even complain or anything. So that was awesome. I wish I had extended my journaling over a little bit where I had space. Rather than having it in a box, I would have liked it be in a box with a little jig out of it in the corner. But anyways, it's what's done is done, and next time I'm just getting used to journaling right on a layout, and so I'm not quite sure how to do it yet. But there's the close-ups, and thanks for watching, everybody. Let me know if you have any comments.